We are here at Edgemere Park in Oklahoma City, and joining me today is Brian Daugherty with Oklahoma City Community Foundation and the Margaret Annis Boys Trust. Brian, last year we talked to you guys about the iTree program and the inventory that work you're doing, and you have finished it now. Can you tell us what that means?
Well, it's so exciting for us. You know, a lot of us, Margaret Annis Boys Trust has been awarding grants for over 25 years, and a lot of times we were in the reactive state. We would turn around and react to after a storm or after tornadoes or something. This gives us a chance to really not only still do reactive and recover from storms, but really be out there on the front end and plan. This is a great example of one of the parks, one of the 136 parks that were inventoried, 20,000 trees, and they took information on every single tree in every park. So we know a lot about these trees. We know what their condition is, we know what their size is, we know what we can kind of forecast what their sustainability is into the future. So this gives us a great opportunity to turn around and take a park like this that they've just added the new sidewalks in. Margaret Annis Boys has awarded a grant for trees in here, and so now we can all sit down and say, okay, what do we have? Where are we working from and where are we moving forward? So it's a lot easier to say, do we interplant between certain trees? Do certain trees come out because of this? So we're real excited about this.
And obviously you're working very closely with the city of Oklahoma City, so everybody is using their financial resources more wisely in this process because of this iTree inventory.
Right. The city, the Department of Forestry, we work with County Extension. We've worked with so many, the Neighborhood Association, the Parks Department. All of us can come together and can look at this inventory, and we can turn around and say, this is the percentage of trees in this park. These are certain species. What about incorporating that? So we can really come about this a lot more strategically in terms of the sustainability of these trees.
And if somebody in the area wants to know some of the information that you're able to extract from this inventory, where can they find this?
You can go to our website and see this inventory, and then of course Neil will work one-on-one with a lot of the neighborhoods as their parks come up, and there's a lot of information from the iTrees, the general iTree information that you can pull off the web.
And Edgemere Park is just one example of how this inventory is being used between the community and the city of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, this is just a great example of this baseline and how we're able to use 136 parks, plus there's numerous other public spaces, and we can come in there and really make great decisions and be very proactive in our decisions.
Joining us now is Denise Waters, who is with the Edgemere Park Preservation Incorporated, and as a board member here, you're heavily involved with the recent improvements that have happened. Can you tell us a little bit about how the iTree inventory influenced what's been going on here?
Well, through the Margaret Annis Boys Trust, we were awarded a $30,000 grant for new trees and improvements, and we're planning on using the information from the tree inventory to look at placement of the new trees we're planning on planting, and where, what kind of species will be good to use to create a tree-lined, sidewalk, so that in the heat of the summer it won't be so hot and people can still get out and walk and exercise.
Right, and that actually influenced the sidewalks, it influenced the lights. I mean, there's a lot more than just trees happening here in the park.
Right. We've been active for many years, and our neighborhood association raised a lot of money to put new lights in the park. We worked with the Parks Department and Public Works to put in the sidewalks, and now the next phase is to put in new trees. Okay. So that's our big plan.
And of course you have a lot of existing trees already, but you did lose some in an ice storm a few years ago. And so now you'll know what might be best to go back with.
Right. 2007 we lost 53 trees.
Wow.
And so yes, we'll be looking at species that can withstand some of the ice storms. And
as somebody who lives here in the community, can you kind of tell about your relationship with the city and how you've worked with them through this process and what that has meant to you?
Oh, they've been invaluable. Neil Bilger, he's the arborist for the Parks Department. He has done a great job with helping us to identify trees that are diseased and need to come out.
And like so many city parks, this is really like a living room for the neighborhood. You guys have a lot of events here, so it's really important to maintain it beautifully as it is.
That's true. People use the park every day, and their dogs are out here. On Saturday morning, it's Dog Fest. So, and you can see people doing yoga and all kinds of different activities in the park.
Thank you for opening it up to us today to see it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Mark Bays, who is our urban forester coordinator with the Oklahoma Forestry Service, is joining us now. And Mark, this iTree inventory program and the inventory that has been done is quite extensive and valuable across Oklahoma City. Can you tell us about the value of trees and what that means?
Oh yeah, that's what's so great about this inventory that they did is I've always said that trees go way beyond beautification. I mean, certainly they add that niceness in our communities and our parks and everything and make them more livable, but they provide so much more. So all the environmental services that trees provide are something that we can now document through this program that they've done with Oklahoma City. Water quality, stormwater runoff, air quality, all those kinds of things, again, way beyond beautification that trees provide, we can start putting a dollar value on that. And now Oklahoma City is starting to see a little bit more about what they have in their city parks.
And just an example of that, again, we're here at Edgemere Park in Oklahoma City. They've had some erosion problems here in the past, and so that's going to influence some of the trees that they're going to select to replace
Yes,
here?
so around waterways, there's different species of trees to use, and they have a real accurate measurement of those trees that they've used along here. There's some bald cypress. I mean, that's a great place to be planting trees along a waterway. So they're probably going to be mixing some more of those in it. But what's important to know is you match the tree to the site for the benefit and the value that they're going to be providing. So, you know, with a little bit of an investment in a city and town, as these trees grow and mature, they're going to be able to maximize some of those values that they're getting for a long time to come.
And I think so often we think, oh, just put a tree somewhere out in a park, but there's way more to it than that.
You really should think about not only beautification, but think about using trees as tools to help solve some environmental issues that you might be having in a city park, along a street, or even around your home.
And that includes air quality, water quality, all sorts of things.
All those things. Plant the right tree in the right location around your home, and you can actually have energy savings because of that.
Excellent. And there is actually an area of the iTree website that a homeowner could go in and put their own inventory in.
Yes, it's all free. That's what's so great about this, and it's all the latest science-based information. iTree Design is where you can go into your home, not inside your home, but
right.
you know, to your place, and through Google imaging, your home will come up, and then you can specifically locate a tree around your home to get the idea of what kind of benefits it'll be providing.
So we're not just looking at soil anymore, we're looking at the economic value of where the best place is to put a tree.
You're exactly right.
Thank you for sharing this.
Sure.
Joining us is Neil Bilger, who is an arborist for the city of Oklahoma City. And Neil, again, we're here at Edgemere Park, and you've been working with the neighborhood with this inventory, the tree inventory. Can you tell us how you've used it specifically here?
Yes, this inventory now allows us to perform tree care on a much more proactive basis. As opposed to prior, we were going out to each park to see exactly what we had out there. Now that we have this incredible database of 20,000 trees, we know with the click of a mouse what is out at each particular park.
And why is that important to know what was there going forward in the future?
Well, tree diversity is our most powerful tool when it comes to arboriculture. Now that we have this different species, we know what we have out there, we know that we're going to try and not get above 10% on any one species. And one of the things we've learned from this is we're right where we need to be with that. But you know, we don't want to create a situation similar to the American elm, where cities planted those throughout their entire city, and then Dutch elm came in and basically wiped them all out.
Gotcha. So that's a good reason why to add diversity into any landscape, really.
Yes, any home landscape, any landscape, you need to have your diversity.
So Neil, what does this inventory mean in regards to the maintenance that y'all do here in the parks?
So now that we have this inventory, we know that we're shooting for a 6 or 7 year prune cycle to where we're going to go out and physically touch every single tree. And when I say touch every single tree, we're going to prune every single tree in the park system, hopefully every 6, possibly 7 years.
And that's important for storm damage prevention.
Yes, if we can cut out, dead or dying limbs, and we can structurally prune those trees now to prepare for ice storms, tornadoes, whatever we're going to get. We can take out points of weak attachment and as to make sure that this tree is better suited for the future storms that we're going to have.
Now obviously we're just here at Edgemere Park, and this is one of a couple 100 parks across the city.
134.
134 to be exact, parks across the city that have inventoried their trees. And so the collective value of that is just significant for the city.
Yes, I mean, we know all 20,000, and we know right now we have about a 13% tree canopy. And depending on...
And that means shade, right?
Yes, exactly.
You're translating that to shade, yeah.
Tree canopy shade, walking paths.
Because everybody wants that shade in August.
Yes, yes. Overall, we know that we have a 13% canopy, and we strive to increase that canopy.
Okay.
And now we know, how many trees we need to plant in order to sustain that, and how to increase that number also.
Excellent. Well, this seems like such a valuable tool for so many people involved and all the citizens of Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma Gardening would like to thank the Oklahoma City Community Foundation for the work that it does throughout Oklahoma and its support of our program. Since 1969, the Oklahoma City Community Foundation has worked with donors to create charitable funds and bring together and empower partnerships that benefit our community, both now and into the future. For more information about programs and opportunities for giving, visit the Foundation's website, occf.org. The Oklahoma City Community Foundation, helping you help the community. We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.